Listen, man, we 20 minutes in. Let's get right to the shits. Let me make my position clear from the start. I got actually, what's the when the Avengers went to fight Thanos? Which one of them niggas had to dip for a minute? It was Iron Man, I think.
I don't remember that.
No, Iron Man got killed.
Nah, but he's talking about earlier on.
Yeah, but earlier he had to dip out.
Captain America, right? Yeah, it was Captain America.
All right, I'm gonna give a little Captain America this podcast.
That sounds like your bag.
Yeah, I got to dip out on our little Hovengers.
Pussy.
Union.
How you give that whole intro and be like, well, I think I'm just going to sit this one out.
You know
I'm not
why?
friends with anyone except for this topic. I'm just going to be quiet.
I love Hove.
We know you.
However, I'm also aware that when you fire at one dude, you might hit whoever's next to him.
That is true.
I operate that way. I know that Hove loves Jay Elect. I told you that.
One of his favorite rappers.
I mean,
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware.
He did an album with him.
Yeah, but that could be. We could think of reasons why that could happen.
Loving him would be pretty high up there.
Without music being involved.
Oh, as a person, yeah, he definitely loves him as a person.
He loves that guy.
Yeah.
And I love Royce, and Royce loves that guy. So, I mean, by association, a lot of people that I really love and fuck with him the long way. Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't know if you love me, but I also love Jay Electronica.
I don't love you like the rest of the gentlemen I was naming, but, I mean, that counts to me, too.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to speak to your love for him?
I enjoyed this album.
No, I didn't ask you that. We're not at that part of the podcast.
Okay.
Do you want to speak to your love for him and how that came about?
I don't know him personally, nor have I ever met him.
It don't matter.
I love his music. I love his rapping ability. I wish he would do more of it.
Oh, you mean just like fanfare?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I've never met him.
Oh, got it.
I love Law, his manager, as like a friend.
Good dude.
You've met him.
Law is my guy. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, in my head, I was coming in here to let Rory and Maul lead this J-Elect conversation because Maul is related to all these dudes and Rory is signed to all these dudes.
True.
So, I mean, we gotta keep it a bean.
That's fair.
I don't know why podcast listeners expect. I said this before. I don't expect y'all to go on your job and just start fucking talking shit about your boss or somebody you're related to in there. Mm-hmm. Why do they expect us to do it?
Because of speeches you make, like the intro.
Well,
I am not biased.
To set it up.
well, that's Joe. That's Joe. I operate that way. You and Maul come in here all the time and say, we be outside. Good for y'all.
You be outside more than me now, though.
That's a fact.
No way.
You?
No, sir.
And I think
Yo, Maul,
I'm
you gotta
very
get to know
objective on
me
this
again,
podcast.
man.
You be outside more than me.
But you gotta get to know me
You
again.
might be at the same places, but you be outside more than me is what I'm saying.
I ain't really been over there like that.
Okay.
I ain't been to the spots like that.
All right.
I kind of been home.
You've been doing what I've been
I've
doing.
been quarantining.
Yeah, me too. I've been quarantining
Before it was a thing?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just
Just look at everyone trying to get on the quarantine wave.
Right.
Listen, I'm so mad at these now y'all want to join the introvert
Yeah,
lifestyle.
like, come on.
Y'all get the fuck out of here. I've been down with the in-the-house move.
And I always have mad toilet paper.
And washing my hands.
I'm a
Been
paper
on that.
towel freak. I'm
No,
always going to have
that's
paper towels.
one of my many bad qualities. I use way too many paper towels.
Me too,
I
but
run
that's
through 'em.
for me, that's black privilege. Using too many paper towels. I'm going to buy some more. The huge roll, too. I don't buy the skinny bounty.
No.
Go for the jumbo.
The one that's 8 but got to be 15.
Yeah.
It's 8 but it's 15. Yeah, that does it for
Listen
me.
to this wealth.
I'm here, Parks. I'm here, Parks. Get like me. I introduced the shit right. All right. Oh, yeah, you already talked about your love for him.
Yep.
So I'll let y'all lead. J Electronica album.
All right, so we want to go track for track?
Debatable.
Yeah.
Very much debatable that this
Very
would be. Does this count as a debut Jay Electronica album?
Absolutely not.
I agree it does not count as a debut
Absolutely not.
album.
Yeah, this is not a debut.
I'm sorry, what?
It's not a debut.
It's a debut. It's not a debut. It
No way is this a
Is that
debut.
the French word?
was kind of a debut.
Oh, I get it. I get it. That's the Creole way because
it
he's
was
from
the
New
buzz.
It was
Orleans.
a little debut.
There was a lot of debut.
Listen, man.
Go ahead, Rory.
No.
Maul.
You two were starting.
No. Man, Parks and I have been discussing this since 8 a.m. So we're clear on each other's thoughts here. Y'all go ahead and utilize your platforms.
Okay.
But responsibly. Because that's where I go wrong a lot of times. Like me and Maul could be
no.
saying the same thing, but how I say it is
Yeah.
like aggressive and it makes people think I'm angry at some shit, but I'm not. I'm just passionate about music. So
Right.
y'all lead.
Okay, so we can start with the first.
Brand new album, Written Testimony.
So the first official track would be Ghost of Soldier Slim. I love that record. I like that record.
It's a really good record.
That one I enjoyed a lot. Wasn't too crazy about some of the bars in it, but you know, the music was good. The Blinding is a really good
When you
joint.
say that, I'm here today. Some of the bars in it. Do you have specific lines, or do you just?
I haven't sat with it that long.
But when you say some of the bars, is it from both of them?
more so from J-Elect.
Got it.
I think for that first record, J-Elect did a disservice to himself by letting Hove go first. Mm-hmm. Because Hove smoked that first verse and set the bar really high.
Problem number one, before you even get to the amazing job that Hove might have done on that verse, problem number one for me here, if this is your debut, you have to start it.
I'm with you.
That's a rule.
I'm trying to think if anybody has ever started
That's a rule.
a debut
I'm
without
with you.
them.
I'm with you on that.
I don't think anyone
actually
ever
when it
has.
started, I thought that when Jay started rapping, I thought, oh, they gonna go back to back out the gate because I was waiting for J-Elect to
Little 4 and 4.
get some of the first verse as well.
Got you.
And when that didn't happen, I was really surprised, and I had to start the record over. Now that I knew what to expect,
Right.
Got it.
I was like, all right, let me listen to this again.
Right.
But yeah, I was a little surprised by that. That's out of. But when you listen to the project, none of this is the norm.
True.
The music isn't normal. The bars, the content, none of it is normal. So, but I agree with y'all in saying if this is your debut album, I should hear you first.
I'm shocked that I'm almost shocked that Hove didn't say that to him. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
how.
who
That's how.
knows? He may have.
That's how.
He
No,
may have. He may
I'm sure
have.
it probably came up in the conversation.
Yeah, he may have. Like, yo, you
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
would
open
think.
the album? Like, he may have. And then, whatever conversation happened, and it was like, no, it sounds better that way, and whatever. I wasn't there for those conversations, but I'm
of course,
sure
of course.
a guy like Jay felt like that. Like, yo, you sure you want my verse to be the first
Right.
on the album? But overall, love the record. Love the record.
I'm with you on that. I like the first
I
one.
like that record too.
And I love the title was the title of the record.
I like
love
that.
it, too.
I like that record too.
Yeah. The Blinding, again, love the record. The
Probably
music,
the best produced one,
yeah,
I would say, on there.
the music was incredible on that one. The rapping was great. I really liked that record. The transitions was dope. It was good to hear A-Rab. I haven't heard him in a minute.
Hit
was
Boy.
good to hear him.
Hit Boy was great on there.
Hit Boy is great to have a hell of a year. He has a bunch of shit coming. Yeah, so this is probably the I was actually surprised to see Travis on this project.
Yeah, me
That-
too.
That to me was like, oh shit. But yeah, to me this the Blinding record, good record. I like it. One of the like you said, better produced tracks on the album. Never Ending Story, again, Alchemist, music was great.
It's great to finally hear Hove and Alchemist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
sure.
happy to hear
Overdue.
that combination. So what's that? 3 for 3 so far? Because I'm not counting the first
intro.
track was
Yeah,
intro.
you're 3 for 3.
3 for 3. Shiny Suit,
Could have left it off.
I didn't need this.
wasn't crazy about it.
Could have left it off.
I wasn't crazy about it when it came out.
I liked it when it
Yeah,
came out, but I wouldn't have put it on the album 10 years later.
Yeah, it was kind of, shocking to see that on the project.
Though it was recorded similar and the production is similar.
Yeah, it was a loop. It was just a loop.
I don't want to say and I don't want to say sloppy in a bad way, but JLX producing it's sloppy.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if that's intentional, but I can
either.
see why they kept Shiny Suit Theory because it sounds like this album.
Right. Right.
Like it was
Yeah, it's a loop.
like it was recorded
It's a
far
loop.
away.
Garage band.
This album to me didn't feel like an album. It feels like an audiobook. Like it's a lot of lines that I had to stop and I had to kind of like Google certain things and
Yeah.
figure out what they were talking. Because this is one of those projects where it's some bars and some talk in there that I don't know.
A lot of references.
Yeah, that I'm just not aware of. I'm not there yet. I'm
Right.
not on that level yet. But That's why I say the music was good, but it just felt like the music was just, it wasn't supposed to be polished, shiny. It was supposed to feel raw. It was supposed to feel like a bunch of different sounds.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the sound that he wanted for his project.
Yeah.
He didn't want the polished, everything sounds perfect in
Mixed.
unison, harmony, mixed. Like he didn't want that. I don't think he wanted that for this project. This is more so like an audiobook to me. Like you listen in and it's stories and it's a lot of metaphors and things that you may not ever even heard about or know about. They speak in different languages.
So it's not good music.
No, the music is good. Like I like the music. The Ghost of Soldier Slim. That's a good track. I like that. The Blinding is great. I love that. The Never Ending Story is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that the music, for the most part, is not. I didn't expect it to sound like this. I was expecting something totally different.
I did not particularly like the production on this album.
None of it.
I like the Alchemist joint.
You didn't like Fruits of the Spirit, the No ID joint?
I've heard that loop a million times, so maybe I'm just kind of biased to that.
Did you like the Rihanna flip that Jay did?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like see, even sounds like this is like, this is not the norm.
Yeah, it's weird. I like
know what I mean?
I like the fact that it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like an audiobook.
Right.
It feels like somebody's telling you a story. To me, I don't know how anybody else received this album, but to me, that's what it felt like. It felt like people were telling you a story over sounds. Just sounds was in the background.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's how it felt to me. But that doesn't mean it's not good because it's not the norm or what I expected.
No doubt.
I understand this is a real artsy type of piece. And like I said, I believe this is a capsule of more shit to come.
Okay.
So I think it's a story that, you know what I mean, they're going to try to tie together. And however they paint it, I think this is just the first capsule that we received.
Interesting.
So, I mean, again, it's not for you can't listen to this project with the ears of listening to a Travis Scott project.
It's completely.
You got to know how to listen to music.
This is much closer to like the boom bap Griselda sound than it is to
Right.
Travis Scott or
Right.
anything that Jay-Z has really particularly ever done.
Right. But I mean, lyrically, the rapping was good. And to me, that was the important part. The rapping was good.
I still got a lot of knowledge to do.
Oh,
lyrically.
yeah. You have to. You have to with this project.
Yeah. I just wish they would have had some more bangers musically.
So it's not good music.
I didn't particularly like the beats, no.
I like him, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you, and that's not me being biased. I like the album.
I don't like
I don't know.
like the flux capacitator track.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one. That one was, to me, was a little.
Two left.
Yeah, it was a little too left. Like I couldn't find that groove.
I love the outro.
Yeah, I couldn't find that groove.
The outro is my favorite shit.
Oh yeah, track 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me that might be one of the best. Besides probably the Blinding and Ghost of Soldier Slim for me, that's probably the best joint on the album. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad project. I'm not mad at the project. I wasn't blown away by Jay Elect's performance. I think Jay outshined him,
Definitely.
which I didn't. I mean, I didn't expect anything less. But I was kind of surprised by that, which is why it's a dangerous game to have your debut album with one of the most prolific artists of our time, because
Who's still in shape?
Yeah, then you have the danger of this happening, of being outshined on your project.
It is a mistake.
It is.
Okay, yeah, you can call it a mistake as well. But yeah, I wouldn't have. It's dangerous. I like that word better. I think it's dangerous to do that because, the consensus of what I've been seeing and talking to people is they feel like Jay Elect got outperformed on his project. But I mean, again,
Outperformed or smacked around?
Those are the verbs you use.
I'm asking you a question.
I say he got outperformed.
Okay.
You say he got smacked around. I'm just saying he got out. I feel like he got outperformed.
As a rapper, I'm telling you, he got smacked around.
Yeah, that's your field. I
got smacked around.
can't argue with you in that realm. But
Do you think that Joe, as a rapper, part of that could come from the fact that he doesn't appear to rap very often?
He might rap
What I will-
often. We just wouldn't know.
I'll say this, because you're right, Rory. There's no way to ever say that.
True. But without
But the
releasing
caliber
stuff.
of rapping that's on Exhibit C was not exhibited here.
No, I will
True.
agree. I will agree with you there.
But recording raps, by the way, is very different from recording and releasing raps.
Of course. I
Extremely
totally agree.
different. Without feedback, you don't really know what you're doing.
Totally,
I'm actually
totally agree.
saying-
Even if you're an elite lyricist
Yeah, no,
or
absolutely.
whatever.
There's mad distance between those two people.
between Jay and Jay Elect.
No, between that Exhibit C performance
Okay, got you.
and Pick Any performance on this project. There's like a lot of distance between those two people.
I like what he did on Fruits of the Spirit.
I like what he did on a few of the songs.
Yeah, I like what
but
he did.
we aren't able to get a fair assessment of Jay Elect, which has been my critique of him this entire time.
Right.
We should be able to have 2 Jay Elect verses on a song, or 3, with a Jay Elect chorus, with some Jay Elect talking in the intro, or not, or we should be able to get into that.
Got you.
And we're deprived that. And to make up for it, you give us the best rapper in the world, which also hinders the lens that I'm looking through.
Yeah, we
Because
should have a
Hove is
clear-
not here to play.
True.
Especially knowing what Jay Elect is known for from Exhibit
Because
C.
Hove loves Jay Elect, he's not here to play.
Yeah.
He's not giving you
Well,
B-level Hove.
feature bars,
Yeah,
no.
to
he's
that
not-
point, which I was telling you on the phone this morning, I look at it as Jay Electronica with this is just Wes Welker now. Like, you're in a system, you're a slot receiver, you're catching 6-yard passes from the greatest quarterback and coach of all time. I got to see what happens when you go to Denver. Like, I got to see it.
Okay. I was wondering where you're going with the Wes Welker reference.
Like,
That
you're
makes sense.
you're in a amazing system. I love this because I love Hove and I love Jay Electronica. It's kind of
And
a
you love
system.
Rock Nation.
Sure, it could be on any label. Wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but it helps that we love everything that surrounds this.
For sure.
That's
Yeah.
all.
So yeah, I still can't properly rate Jay Electronica until I have a Jay Electronica project.
Yeah. We didn't really learn much about Jay Electronica on this project.
I learned a bunch.
Well, I learned.
I learned a bunch.
You learned what he's not?
Yes.
Fair.
Okay, speak to that.
Which is what I've been and granted, this is hate.
Well,
I want to
well
make
done.
I want to make myself clear. Give him a little, yeah, man. I let the hate sit on the stove
Right.
long enough, man.
Slow
It's,
cook.
it's seared.
well done.
Seared now.
Yeah. Gotta get. This is hate, but it's rapper hate because when y'all move the goalposts as a rapper, I see it. And for the last decade, y'all have mentioned Jay Elect with Hove.
I certainly have it.
Y'all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
I
talking to
know.
y'all.
Oh,
Okay.
And Jay Elect positioned himself that way on arguably one of the greatest tracks ever with Exhibit C.
yeah.
That is God level rhyming.
And the album he did with all the
Eternal.
the Eternal Sunshine.
Sunshine,
the album.
Spotlight.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
great.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That was God level rapping and commercial capitalism at its finest, shouting out all of the people that, all right, if you got that cosign, then it supports what my ears are hearing. And then you disappeared.
For a while.
And we left him there.
But they spoke to that. They spoke to that on
No.
on the project.
I know they
Spoke to
did.
that on the project, yeah.
What I'm saying is, that is not the bar that every other rapper is judged by.
Correct.
When you get missing, there's even judgment that comes from that.
Correct.
He has managed to escape that. He has
Which-
managed to go away for however long and still be revered at his high point.
Correct.
Without any of the challenges that the other rappers face. Like, can you make a hook? How do you sustain? Can you get hot? Do you have a single? Oh, you ain't dropped in 3 years. Are you charting? He has escaped it all, and he's the only one. Maybe Griselda now too, but they cooking.
That might
and
speak-
they've been here.
I wonder if that speaks to what you're talking about last podcast. I believe you spoke about how people are inspired by Griselda's sound and lo-fi movement.
100%.
I wonder if this is a result of that. One of them.
I mean,
I can see that.
It sounded
they
like
say-
he had a West Side Gun ad lib on every single song.
even if
Just,
we
in a, just in a different pitch. I actually thought it was West Side, and they just did a different pitch.
and even if we don't feel like that shit, they say that them niggas is down there in Wyoming now with Kanye. So I mean, and Kanye's the biggest musician in the world.
Right.
So
Yeah, they cooking up.
it says what their sound has done. And I just heard him on Graph's album. So let's respect that.
Yeah.
Let's respect that you can hear Griselda on a Graph album, a Shot Stimuli album,
Right.
a Russ album,
Right.
and still go to Wyoming,
And the Free Nationals.
a Free Nationals album, and still go to Wyoming and kick it with Kanye.
Yeah.
Fresh after performing in LA for a fucking huge room full of a testicle festival with Hove there. And I say that because it's funny, but it says something that you can fill this room out with dudes. Women you might can fool.
Right.
Women can be tricked.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that.
If it's all niggas here that you look to your left or right and it can get shaken, we thought about the night. So there's something that needs to be said for that. Damn, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about.
His ability to avoid being held.
Oh yeah. So I'm saying hate, but rappers have seen this. We've seen this. And anytime you mention it to a JLX fan, they go to Exhibit C and earlier work. And I'm like, damn it, that's not fair. That's not fair. I would love to be able to go back to Dumb Out.
Right.
Every time you talk about Joe, bring up Dumb Out. Or just any rapper at that moment.
Well, that kind of speaks to my theory that you hate about the 2 album thing. Like, had some of these rappers passed away or retired right away, they would be revered as the greatest of all time. But since we saw them continue their career, we saw more work, and it wasn't as good. So we judged them differently.
I still don't like that, but Karen.
And
I mean,
the funny shit about what we're doing is he spoke about this on the album. Like,
Yeah, he did.
Y'all want me to put out work just so y'all could pick me apart and
Right.
you know.
Yes!
Okay. Well, here we go.
I didn't even like that.
Why?
I didn't even like that.
Why?
Because JLX,
That was him telling you how he felt when he looks in the mirror. Like,
it's
y'all want me to put
it's
out
a cop
music
out
for
and
what?
it's lazy. And if anybody else says it, we tear them apart. I'm not putting out music because y'all gonna judge me.
I think a
lot of artists think that.
Yeah, and they have said
And
that
we
in music.
still gonna put the fucking...
No, I feel what you. I understand.
All
what
right,
you're
well,
saying.
go date a Rothschild. Don't put anything out. You'll be fine.
That punchline wasn't it for me. It didn't hit.
I thought that was a good line.
It wasn't.
I'd bet a Rothschild I get a bang,
Bang
for my buck. That's fire. That's a good bar.
Okay.
That's a good bar.
If I said that on this podcast, you would laugh and say stick to retirement.
No, I wouldn't. That's a good bar.
Not if
Okay.
we were really dating a Rothschild. Then we would be like, oh, that's
Well,
fine.
yeah, that's a swag line. Now, when you really did it. Now, when you really,
Okay,
now, when
so-
you really, I said
so-
the punchline. I didn't say the action.
But it's a real bar.
I hate this album.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't fuck what y'all talking about.
The hate is well done.
I-
It is being served.
I hated it. I hate it. I hate it.
I can't say I hated it.
I hated it on
I
multiple.
was disappointed.
Nah,
I
can't
like
say
it.
I hate it. Yeah, I was
Hey.
Definitely underwhelmed.
Yeah, I was underwhelmed. I don't hate it though.
Okay, that hate is my underwhelmed.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't hate
That's
it.
I was underwhelmed.
You're hot. You're
Because
Black
it is,
or
it
white.
is,
Yeah,
it is
but for
good
me to
rapping
say I'm
on it.
underwhelmed, I didn't go into it expecting anything.
right.
I didn't go into this expecting a thing because
Nah,
I didn't
that's
know
not
what.
true. That's not. You went into this expecting something.
That's not true.
As a rapper, you had to have gone into this. Like,
Well, as a rapper, I wasn't disappointed. JLX can rap, and Hove is the best
but that's
ever.
what I'm saying. So to me, that's like, okay, you may not
Mo,
like
that's
the music.
where I get mad. Stop. You
don't like the
fucking,
music.
You privileged consumer. Stop. That is what I'm talking about. The rapping is what % of making an album? You tell me, and you tell me.
Yeah, well, if it's a rap album, it's a major part of it.
Well, what percentage? Give me what percentage. Well, I want everybody give me their
Wait,
percentage.
from
rapping
from
would
a
have
real
to be-
rapper?
would have to be at least 65%.
No, 35.
I was gonna go 40.
Rapping? Like
35.
their lyrics are trash?
35.
I'm at 25.
No way.
Yeah, maybe lower than 35.
I'm at 25.
If the beats ain't bang, if the
Yo.
music ain't banging, I don't want to hear no matter
I
what
was
the
gonna
fuck
say,
you say.
Rapping's a quarter of it.
Yeah.
Mo, I've
me.
heard albums with great beats and bad lyrics that I've loved. I don't think I've ever heard an album with great lyrics and horrible beats that I liked.
Word. And not only
yeah,
that,
no,
but
not
song,
horrible beats,
rapping.
but-
Does rapping include songwriting? Because that's a whole other category.
Yes.
If we're okay, it does include songwriting.
It would have to.
Okay. Because if it didn't,
Right.
then rapping is even less.
And are we adding
Yeah, I'm
content
with
into
them
the
on
rapping?
this.
Yeah.
I'm with them on this. So, but back to my point. I expected them both to rap great because they both rap great, and I was not let down there. Even with the shit I'm talking to Rory about the punchline, I wasn't let down with the
The
rapping.
music.
I hate those beats.
Okay.
I hate how their two voices sound together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate it. I hate that the structure of these songs.
Okay.
A lot of people were complaining about the mixes too. I only listen to them on my speakers in my car, so I can't say if I liked them or not. But I will say that the production on songs dictates how good the mixes will come out. So if you're just giving me a loop, so I want it to all the people, because I got 500 ats today saying, "Yo, you got to kill the mixing." But if the production isn't good, the mixes are never going to be good.
Now, listen, be clear. I think it's super corny that we have to be the people that tell you how we feel about albums.
True.
I think that's corny.
Who the fuck are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the tweets that say, "Oh, Joe act like he's an authority for nothing." No, I don't. I give my opinion on my platform. The end. And I think it's super corny because I know that the ears that I'm listening from, it's rarefied air. We're not listening to the same thing and for the same thing. So for years, I always get my opinion to myself just because, hey, have a blast, party away. But I don't want my opinion on the album to interfere with how happy I am that he has released an album, because that's two separate things,
Right.
For me,
No, I understand.
I am super excited that Jay Elect released the album.
Right.
I know so many people, like we started this, that I fuck with that have been waiting for a really long time for a Jay Electronica album. I also know the feeling of releasing an album after a while, especially, I don't know the feeling of being this anticipated, but that feeling is good.
Right.
The outpouring of love you get when you drop, it's great. To drop a fucking duet album with who I'm sure you think is the greatest rapper alive too, there's something to be said for all of this shit.
Absolutely.
There is.
Absolutely.
So let's take a moment to just say fuck our opinions.
No doubt.
Like, the shit just came out.
I say that very often.
Yeah.
I hate being the opinion guy. I don't.
My opinion means nothing.
And you know what? I hate that my opinion might sway another opinion.
Well, then.
Well, I think that
Go be a fucking man and don't let another man sway your opinion.
No, it's not that. I think our opinions. Some people echo our same sentiments and they feel the same way we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of the tweets echoing our sentiment.
Yeah. Again, it's,
and let me be clear. I might be jaded because I don't just say this to say this. I do believe that Watch the Throne was one of the greater rap albums of last decade.
Okay.
I believe that.
Mm-hmm. That album also underwhelmed me when it first came out too, so I do want to say that there is a potential that this album will grow on me, because I didn't like Watch the Throne when it first came out.
Watch the Throne has aged great.
It has. It really has.
Watch the Throne was fire from the door.
Yeah, I love it from the door. But
I know a lot of people that felt like you, Parks.
Yeah.
I thought it was fire from the door, but I'm saying that's like my point of reference.
So
For Kanye to not be a rapper, really.
All right, we're going to say the same thing then. Yeah.
For Kanye to not be a rapper, really, and be talked about in the same breath or even greater on that particular project.
To keep up the way he did, it didn't feel like there was a drop when Ye came on.
He was right there.
No, they was sparring.
Yeah.
He kept up.
They was sparring. Some people say that Ye even got Hov.
Yeah.
On a couple
records he definitely did.
Yeah. So to go from that where them two just mesh perfectly,
but also
to this,
you
which
shouldn't
is,
compare Watch the Throne to this just because it's two rappers on the same album. You shouldn't. Their
you
goal,
shouldn't have been on this album, Hov, and then I wouldn't do that. You
Fine,
shouldn't
fair.
be there.
But I think they're.
This album made me want a Hov album.
I always want
anytime.
Yeah, I think that's.
I've been wanting a Hov album.
That's a popular feeling.
But now, and I think, you know what, Hov, man? I wonder if Hov knew he was smacking him around. Honestly, think about that for a second.
Well, he feels like he can do that with anybody. He don't feel like he's going to be out rapped by anybody.
You not smacking.
But I think their goal. I think their goal and purpose.
Fuck that. Hey, on my album, nigga, we record. Jay got to go home to wife. What are you talking about? Hey, Guru, running back. I'm back.
Delete that one.
Yeah, we back.
Yeah.
He'll hear this one on title.
We want to prove this verse.
I do hope that this gets the ball rolling for Jay Electronica, though.
So do I.
To release more music.
Me too.
Like maybe this
that
was just a springboard for him to like get inspired and put shit out there. Because sometimes, like you said, after not releasing stuff for a long time, you get it out there, you see how people react to it, and that makes you inspired to create again.
That was my other hot take. I don't think that Jay Electronica has very much to say in raps. That's what I left this album feeling like.
So
but I don't know how you feel like that anyway. The shit that he's saying is.
What did he say?
The vocabulary is very high.
Yeah.
But I can understand where Joe's actual content.
I
What
learned
did he
more.
say?
I learned more about Jay Electronica just on Exhibit C and his life and everything that he had been through
Yes.
on that one record that he did this album. But that's kind of back to my Watch the Throne point that I was going to make. I think the goal, they can't be compared because I think the goal Jay Elect and Hove had on this is much different than Watch the Throne. And to the content point, maybe Jay Elect's goal here was not to let us know who he is. It was to get the message that he's trying to get out that is at a higher intellect level than I could process on this.
Oh, I think that they were just having fun. Honestly, I really do. I think they went in the studio and just did it kind of without thinking, not being super cerebral. It sounds like it. It feels like it.
It sounds like Hove is
They
having
were just going
fun.
in.
Fam, don't get missing for 10 years and then not think. Fam, what are you
I'm not saying it was the
telling
right,
me?
right approach. I'm just saying that's
If
what
you
it
get
feels
missing
like.
for 10 years, the first thing I want to do is hear some thoughts from you. I need to know
Where have you been? What you been doing?
Yo, I'm in the Matrix, man.
No,
No, I'm just telling you.
Let me put the hate back in the oven. No, put the hate back in the oven,
I
man.
agree
let
with you.
Let it beef up a little
I
bit.
would have preferred to hear what happened in the last 10 years in detail, the details he gave on Exhibit C, because I know he can do that or could do that.
He
I'm
told
just
us.
saying I think maybe his goal on this
He
was
told
not
us that he
that.
follows the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Yes,
He did mention that, yeah.
He mentioned that every bar, every verse,
So
every song, which
you're
is cool.
No, but that's kind of getting to my point. Yeah, like I think his goal was that. I don't think it was for him to tell us about his personal life.
I don't think he could have put 3 verses of that on each song.
That's fair. Yeah, it's super fair.
So when I add that to you've been missing for 10 years, which is cool because you've been living life. But that confidence that I thought you might have been living life with is suppressed in Maul's line at the end when he says, I'm not putting shit out because I don't want to be judged. Whoa. You just painted a picture for me.
That's 3 verses in itself.
And now that lens that I'm looking through paints the story of a different MC. And that MC is one that would get smacked around by Hove on every song. That's where my brain goes here.
Okay.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. I'm going to try to give this a listen on the bigs. I listened to this on 3 different pairs of speakers to make sure I wasn't crazy. And that's the other thing me and Parks talked about at 8 a.m. Boy, we will trick ourselves into liking some shit.
Yeah.
Like we'll convince ourselves that we'll brainwash ourselves.
We've all done that.
But it's so common in music.
I think this album, because I listened to it on the bigs and I listened to it on my earpod things. I enjoyed it more with my earpods.
I can see that.
Much more with my earpods. This is not an album for the bigs, so I think you should put on some headphones and listen to this.
I can see that because the vocals don't cut through enough.
They
So
don't.
anything with bass, the vocals are going to
Because
get
the
drowned.
bass is so messy, you can't even hear it on the bigs.
Yeah.
Got it. And I would have never did that. 'Cause
I know you
don't-
wouldn't.
That's not how I listen to music.
I would have if I was home. I would have put it on the speakers.
And mind you, I have a Bose speaker
you
in
have
my
a PA system
bathroom.
at your house.
I have 2 of the big Bose speakers hooked together
Yeah.
in my bedroom. I got
Yeah.
the super big down. Like there's a
your
speaker
living
everywhere.
room is for a festival.
So when
It's
I
not for a
woke
living
up,
room.
I jumped. But I'm saying when I woke
Hey, you
up,
can have a 300 cap
Fair.
rocking with that system.
what I'm saying, I woke up, hopped in the shower,
Your shit better than SOBs, bro.
and plugged up to my
It's
Bose.
definitely better than SOBs.
Way better.
Yeah, word. I jumped up, hopped in the shower, and hooked up to the tiny Bose revolver, whatever you call that thing, the little one. But boy, it has good sound.
But yeah, it's
And
great sound.
then I'm like,
Put on
Yeah,
some
but this
headphones.
So I got out and I put it on the 2 joints hooked together. Y'all know the portable joints I got.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't. And then I put it on in the car in the Escalade. And then I was like, all right,
Shameless.
I
plug.
ain't bugging. Well, it ain't my Escalade.
What did So think of the album? So is his driver for all the listeners out there.
I don't know what So thought of the album.
You never asked?
I be playing the joints in there. So no, he just looks straight and drive.
That's true.
I would love
You
for,
think that's all he does?
I would love for So.
So be banging that shit when you get out.
He's Shazamming up there the whole time.
For sure.
We need to get So on the Need to Know podcast and just
Yeah.
interview him about like what he be thinking.
You think Kim K let that happen? Her, she executive producing y'all now.
You do it.
Wash your hands, you nasty man.
And wash your fucking face. Just wash.
Just walk.
Go wash, nigga. Nasty man.
I hear you.
That was your response to Wyclef?
I'm so happy for Zayvon, but I fucking loves Savon, so I want him to think higher of himself. Like,
No, it made mad sense.
before y'all came in, he said no one person should have all this power, and I wanted to say to him.
Oh, you got that off? That's how you talking to niggas?
Well, you talking about Kim K, not him.
I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking
But
about.
I wanted to say to him, like, yo, man. But I didn't want to be the guy to step on your. Oh, you Maul now.
Yeah.
No, I got an update.
We can deal with this with Maul.
I have an important update whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
We're ready now.
Okay, hold on.
We're doing a pod. Oh, we got to pause?
No, we don't got to pause.
Oh, okay. I love surprises.
Yeah, man, this is a good one.
What Trump did.
What Trump did.
J-Elect had
What's up, Joe Budden? It's your boy Jeeves B.
Hey, shout out to
DMD
Jeeves, man.
represent. Yo, when my album Ask Jeeves drop, I'ma send you a copy from the 703. You know what I'm saying? You when you wanna know that you sass Jeeves. When you wanna know that you sass Jeeves. When you
J-Elect, take notes.
Sass Jeeves. How I'm your boy, you know that's Jeeves.
Let's go. Let's go, Jeeves.
Sorry, I thought that was important.
They call me Jeeves Electronica. No, fuck that. Call me Jeeves Elect Hanukkah. Jeeves Elect Ramadan. Amalaka Mama.
For our listeners that don't know what's going on, Jeeves is a gentleman we met at one of our meet and greets at our show that raps, and he's become one of our favorite listeners ever.
Oh, I didn't know he's become my favorite rapper. What the fuck are you talking about, listeners? Oh, man. Yeah, and then I don't want to hear a nigga just break out and start rapping Hebrew mid-verse. I'm sorry.
Rapping Hebrew.
I mean,
You know, I'm kicking the knowledge in different languages.
Forget it.
It was fine when D
Forget
Smoke
it.
was
Forget it.
rapping
man.
in Spanish on Netflix all day, but you can't get that.
I didn't support that shit after T.I. stole my job. Fuck out of here. You thought I was giving him an extra TV? Nah, I gave him some medium rare hate. I ain't watched that shit.
That's cool.
That's medium rare.
That's cool. All right. Anything else on J Electricity?
I got nothing.
If y'all think I'm waiting till 2035 for another J Elect verse, I'll tell you one thing, buddy.
2035.
Fam,
That's about the pace.
that's my man too.
It's RZA Islam.
Why is RZA Islam in the studio?
He was at the listening session.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the album?
I'm just saying. I love RZA Islam, but come on, man. Get out of there.
Nah, it's cool, Joe. It went over your head because you pray to a white Jesus that's really just a picture of Julius Caesar. It's cool, bro. It all went over your head.
I'm just a hater.
True.
I'm just a hater. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Big
I
facts.
came in here and said I'm gonna try.
It's
not to
always
hate.
funny when a nigga just admit to being a hater, though. That's just one of my favorite things to just.
I don't know why so many people.
I was about to say.
I don't know why so many
everyone
people
has a little
deny
hate
that.
in them.
Yeah,
Hate is an emotion.
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't hate people.
Hate things.
I hate shit.
You can hate moments, yeah.
I hate most of the moments. Like, I don't think that makes me a hater. I want everybody to do well, but I hate shit about you.
Okay, you entitled to that.
Like, I ain't give Hove a little. This might be my first I hate this in a while with some shit Hove had something to do with.
You didn't like some of Jay's verses either.
No, I loved all Jay's verses. He smacked. He did what he had to do.
Okay.
True story.
And now, when you or Rory, one of you niggas, ask him if he did that on purpose.
Rap to his best ability.
Y'all are lying to me. Well, you know, I'm not having this conversation with y'all. No, not rap to his best ability. A rapper, no. in the
Hov, why you
studio.
did your best?
You know what's funny? And this is not a conversation that comes up a lot. But I used to bring this up in regards to me having to go in and rhyme with Fab. Not Fab. Fab Sport.
Yeah. 2001 Fab.
01, 02 Fab. As a rapper. You a rapper, you go in the studio. Another rapper is there. And I used to be like, fam, I gotta go in here and lay a verse. And niggas used to look at that scenario like, it's whatever, nigga, it's Fab. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
No, you got
Oh,
Fab.
because
Fab
y'all,
fucked up.
because y'all don't have to go in the stew and think of rhymes and lay them with another MC like this in the room. You sleeping on it.
Yeah.
But MCs don't sleep on it.
No.
I think Hov is aware that he had to know what he was doing there.
Of course.
I want to know. You got to ask him. Somebody got to ask him.
He knew.
And he
I
might
don't
not
think you have
tell
to
us.
ask him. I think we know.
Just listen.
Yeah,
You ain't got to ask him. Just listen.
I think
He's
I
coming
can't.
in there prepared.
Plenty of people go in there and don't put that
Now,
leg forward.
Hov going to come and say that, you never know. He might say, yeah, I whooped him. I can't even say that.
No, Hov would say, yeah, I whooped his ass.
I thought he might give him
He would
some,
say that about anybody.
That wasn't what that album was. It was more so art, telling a story, preaching art shit to the people. Know what I mean? Like, you might give him some of that, because then it ain't about whooping. Or is it? Then it becomes a double entendre.
I see what you did.
J-Elect, man, I love you. But you got your ass
Well, I'm
kicked.
glad that the project is here.
You still got
Glad
your
it's
ass
out.
kicked.
And I want you to get a few more listens.
I'm listening. I
do.
on
'Cause
my
I
headphones.
think-
Since you say that, that ain't really what I do on the headphones. Like I've just put the headphones
Watch porn?
on so I can hear the moans a little louder.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So the neighbors can't hear shit.
Nah, I just want to hear it in like surround sound. Say that shit again.
I feel like she's there.
Say that shit again.
Tell me you love me. I do
Look
it.
at what you put the headphones on.
And I was saying, make it repeat it. Say it again. And I love J-Elect. Congratulations, man.
Absolutely.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
And shout out to you. Shout out to Hov.
How does he tour this?
Shout out to. Well, nobody's touring, Rory. We're
I
gonna
didn't
get to
think-
that later.
Well, yeah.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Nobody's touring.
Theoretically,
Well, yeah, without the virus.
you would just do the verses. You just do the verses. He has enough between the Eternal
The old
Sunshine,
stuff, yeah, yeah.
and the Lucy's, and the features, and that features on this.
That's how you know it ain't really so much heat on here, because he would still have to end that show with Exhibit C.
You'd have this. Him
He
by
could-
himself would be
no matter
4
what,
minutes.
he would have to do Exhibit C last.
Yeah.
Should that be the case though? When you put out a new album,
That's not. Come on. That every artist ever has
Well,
probably.
Exhibit C is different. I'm take that back, because Exhibit C is different.
Like I think Mobb Deep put out amazing albums after the Infamous. I'm sure they ended the show with Shook Ones. Like that's not
They
fair.
should have,
Quiet Storm
should've.
could also.
but they had a
Quiet Storm.
Yeah,
could.
they-
I guess that's what I'm saying. He should have another option.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You're right,
Okay.
Rory. You're right. But he should have an option. Exhibit C is different, man.
Yeah. Hopefully on the next.
That's a moment in time.
The next one, even though I do like his production, I would like to hear some other production.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yo, so man, let me go ahead and say it. We called Just on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I want to get off this album because
Should
we're
we
60
call?
minutes in.
Should we call Guru and berate him?
We
Berate him.
called Just. Just didn't have anything to say to us. He didn't give us any intel. And now we hear the album. There's no sign of Just Blaze, right?
No.
No, not on this project.
Which is your
No sign.
most known collaborator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what,
And Just Blaze wasn't nowhere near 444 either, right?
No. That was all no idea.
Yeah, like completely no idea.
And Just
no other
Blaze
producer
wasn't
was.
nowhere near that whole Beyonce album either, right?
No, that was Cool and Dre did a majority of that.
Yeah. Neptune's did a
What
couple.
album came before that?
Well, they've addressed. Both of them have addressed
Magna
this.
Carta.
Just and Hove have both said we always get in, but we know what our legacy is, and if it ain't better than that, we just leave it alone.
Which is totally acceptable from those two iconic men.
Yeah,
But this is a J-Elect album.
that is fair.
True.
And
But we were naming Hove projects. That's why I said that.
I know, but the J-Elect album is what has me going back.
I agree. I would have loved Just on this.
I would have
I
loved to.
I would have
do
liked
the
Just to
entire
do the whole thing.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to listen to.
Or if like he did a whole Slaughterhouse album.
Just should have did a song with Jay Electronica.
Yeah. Or 6.
He probably has though. Like
We
I said,
should
I think
have
this
it.
is just a first installment of a series. So
All right, listen, man.